Welcome in the lair of the dragon. We are for the third in a row, 343rd General War Integrated Total Body Training System on this January 13th in this underground room office and temple. We're going to work out, train, exercise, and we're going to get up and start marching. Yours truly with special gridiron North American football drills from the lair of the dragon on this January the 13th. Lucky 13 for Lucky 13. What a go Purdy, go Niners, go Dragons. Please give 10%. Call it a heart by this independent fitness captain, independent rainbow athlete, LGBTQ athlete, the dragon. From the dragon lair, working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. And I've lost more than 77 pounds. Created my own workout training program, which is efficient, effective, and simple, that requires no equipment. Also, go snow removal. We are in the midst of a snowstorm here, winter snowstorm in Montreal, Hawk Island, La Belle Province. Au Quebec, merci d'être là. I already snow shoveled earlier this morning and this afternoon, and now it is past 3:33 p.m. in the afternoon. It's about, last time I checked, it was 3:33. Last time it was like 3:33 p.m. And we're working out, training, exercising for that 15693 LOV for all. We're gonna work out, train, exercise like yesterday and the day before, 30 in a row this week. And did my laundry, my rent's paid. My electricity bill is paid, my rent's paid for the month of January. It is January the 13th. And my internet bill is paid. Having paid those three bills, I'm grateful. Thank you, farmers, all involved in the production and distribution of food, because food is holy and everybody got to eat, even Wall Street. Please, Wall Street, now buying, selling, trading stocks. You got 44 more minutes until 4:30 when the clock strikes for the closing of the stock market. Please, if you do make a million buying, selling, trading stocks, futures, options, puts, please give 10% for food security and LGBTQ, youth services, women's sports leagues, and environmental causes to plant a tree for every tree. Call it a heart by this financially struggling, economically, commercially struggling athlete, independent athlete, but grateful, thankful that my rent's paid. And you know, I love football, love gridiron, North American football. Dancing is my favorite sport, and I'm the best dancer. Dancing is a sport. Gonna do some dancing over the Sabbath, which begins tonight at midnight. And we're gonna listen to encourage my 49ers. 49ers auctioning, giving an auction of this 49er hat. These red shorts, red hat, and red triple red. And this towel auctioning. Also the socks. Gonna take the socks off before slide, because it's not hockey drills, it is gridiron. Also auctioning these socks. If anybody gonna see this video, auctioning these special socks, give it to sending all the way to San Francisco from Montreal for that ball. Got 3 pairs of socks. You can make a request. Sending black socks after wearing them in a workout or after wearing them in my marches. And these were worn about only around the house, so they're not smelly, because wore them just like that, not in the boots. But if you want smelly socks, you can clean them, clean socks that I wear, whatever socks. I got 3 bags with about how many are in the bags, which I bought on special. I can wear them. So one bag, I got 3 bags like this, brand new. I haven't opened the bags. I got on special 6 pairs, so it's basically 18 pairs, which could sell if anybody want. PayPal, North America business only, North America business only, North America business shipping, that is solely for the moment, and PayPal business only at the moment. Yours truly, independent athlete, go Niners, go. We're gonna work out hardcore, go every time, double time. Overtime, every time, in the lair of the dragon. These are the rules of the General War Integrated Body Training System, which have created, made, and designed to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario. Back in 2019, in October, you heard that correct, as a world peace advocate, working out for world peace, world peace, via LOV and push-ups and dancing and sharing is caring. Yours truly, back in 2019, in October, created the General War Integrated Body Training, Workout Training Program System based on my analysis, based on already being an independent fitness captain who has lost 77 pounds, had got out of depression and being suicidal. And I've conquered depression, I have conquered depression. Please increase in hygiene in public. Please increase in hygiene in public. Wash your hands with soap and water, hand sanitizer, disinfectant. Because there's a new variant that touched in North America that is affecting even North America now, a new variant From what I heard in the last news, it's already arrived in Canada yesterday. So please increase. I am triple vaccinated, and please increase in hygiene in public. Myself had COVID. It's going to be 3-year anniversary since my COVID back at the end of January until about mid-February. Was very sick, ill, and diseased. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. In many ways, I did die during COVID, and being reborn with every step, with every push-up, with every rock and roll song, dance, everything that yours truly is an independent athlete, independent activist, independent artist. Thank you. See now a beautiful red machine, that snowplower, a little smaller one that clears the road. This workout is also dedicated to the snow removal operations in Hawk Island, Montreal, and Trois-la-Belle Province, Quebec. Go snow removal operations, go. Go snow removal operations, go. And go Niners, go, and go Dragons, go. We're gonna watch yesterday and the day before. We watched the footballs, the players. We watched the games where Purdy got on after with the Finns, with the Dolphins in the game week 13. Number 13 in week 13. It is 13 today. We're gonna win tomorrow with the Seahawks. I'm asking both the Seahawks and the 49ers and all the NFL, National Football League, and all the NHL, National Hockey League, and all the NBA, National Basketball Association, all the MLB. Owners of the teams and the players, please, please, please call it a heart. Give 10% of what you made during COVID for food security, for food security, for food security. It is most important at this point in time. Myself cannot contribute, but by these actions, by this rock and roll, by this art at this moment in time, by this loving action of doing this workout, training and exercising, which is my medicine and therapy of choice, working out, training and exercising, get hydrated. We're going to get a bottle of hydration, and we're gonna go Dragan Gridiron drills with my workout training program integrated. My workout is officially titled the General War Integrated Total Body Training System. It is aka the Dragon Army workout, aka the 300 workout. You got to do 9. You got 9. These are the rules. 4 main rules, 4 main numbers to remember. 93. That's 934. 93 minutes. That's an hour and a half and 3 minutes to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hawks. That's the Holy Second and Divine Trinity. 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hawks, 313 maximum reps per set, 3 minimum. Anywhere in between 7, 6, 5, 9, 10, 8, whatever the number is, until you get to 100. 100 for each. Push-ups, squats, hawks. 13 reps maximum per set, 3 minimum. Anywhere in between. You can do 7, 6, 9, 5, whatever the number is. 6 or whatever the number of your choosing. Do it differently every time by 13 maximum and 3 minimum. 13 and 3, they go together. So, and then you got to march or jog or run fast pace, or just marching fast pace or walking fast pace. A minimum of 31 seconds in between each set. Within those rules, you can do a multiple of combination, do it differently each time. You can play it differently each and every time within that combination of rules and regulations, and it's now regimented. That is the beauty of my workout. Every time you can do it differently until you get to 300. The motto of the Dragon Army is nobody is born a dragon, you become one, just like myself with a surname Dragon took blood, sweat, tears, and push-ups and push-ups and push-ups. And when I've reached in September last year, 2022, I've reached, of course, to do 300 sessions. I've done 300 sessions, and then officially turned the A of my surname into an O. Dragon became Dragon. Dragon became Dragon. Dragon became Dragon. Rainbow Dragon, independent athlete, you can be a potential dragon or a supporter of the general mission of world peace, brothers and sisters, to channel, to do push-ups, hawk squats, and to dance, to work out, to train, and to exercise, which has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. From this layer of the dragon, I've done 300 sessions. Officially, this is the 342nd with Gridiron North American Dragon football drills. I love football, and if I will be playing, make a contract, 93 million, 3 years, defense, offense coordinator for the 49ers. And I'll be the second one who's openly LGBTQ next to Colin Lacebo, who's not the only one tomorrow that are going to play 11 versus 11. There's one. Don't like to assume much. We assume much, speculate. But anyways, Colin Lacebo is not the only one. Maybe in 7 years, Purdy's going to come out, but that's okay. I love it. Love the game, love the football. Gridiron drills, Dragon, General Integrated Total Body Training System. We're going to listen to the players, and I'm going to imagine that I'm there doing Dragon drills with the 49ers. We're doing some dances. I'm asking, of course, the NFL, NBA, NHL to let yours truly, the DGA, support the DGA mission, the Dancing Goddess Army. What's that dance move? 4, the creation of the public-private partnership sponsorship of my dream for world peace, manifesting as the dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom. The Dragon Empire and the Dancing Goddess Kingdom. For world peace, a public-private partnership to dance, 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 and to work out, train, and exercise. Of course, to dance for Mother Nature and civilization. And I'm grateful, thankful that I'm utilizing clean, zero pollution energy here in Quebec, Hawk Island, Montreal, which is renewable. Zero emission, zero pollution, renewable energy that I'm utilizing at this moment in time. Yours truly from the lair of the Dragon. We're going to start with some squats, and we're going to listen to some Purdy number 13, Purdy. Let's see. Do some squats.
Imagine a vacation with a perfect balance of we time and me time, where everyone
only spending on essentials.
Welcome to the playoffs, and just how these past 6 games prepare you for what you're about to face.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make it bigger than what it is. Obviously,
love to beat their defense. Hey, getting to my buddy, block him up.
Having 6 games under
stay off of my quarterback.
Playing in an NFL game and trying to win.
Block left, block right.
It's helped me get to this point, and all the guys in the locker room got my back. We've all grown together, so we're ready for what's ahead.
The other day that the weight of the world's not on your shoulders because of all the playmakers that you have around you. Is that something that's been kind of instilled in you since you took over this starting role?
Yeah, I feel like that's
for Hawks.
Been my mindset. Right when Jimmy went down, all I had to do was go in, do what coach asked of me, and get Debo, BA, George, Christian, those guys the ball, and it hasn't changed for all the games I've played in so far, and that's still going to be the mindset going into playoffs.
Team twice for the first time in your career in the NFL. How does that change your preparation, if at all?
Yeah, we played them, which seems like yesterday, and so for myself, it's come back in. What have they done different in the last couple of games? What did we do to attack them the first time, and go from there. But again, not try to overthink things or do anything crazy. Just stick to what coach has dialed up. I'm just gonna try to play my game and go from there. Just keep it simple.
Let's go on 3. Snap. Snap word is 8. Snap count is on 3. H. Gotta go party. Go for the pass. 6 to the right. 6 to the left. And 6 down the middle. That's the catch.
Sorry. Was very lively today. Have you sensed that energy from everybody?
That's a pass. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. Gets you first down. Let's go push-ups.
Practice yesterday. He's like, man, you should feel this. This feeling in your gut. Of man, we're in playoffs. It matters obviously every single day, every meeting, every minute matters. So there's a good vibe right now going on. Obviously at practice in the locker room. So feels good. It's good energy. We just got to translate it onto the field and be detailed with everything because everything matters. So. But all the guys are really juiced up.
Defense playing pretty well the last few weeks. What are you seeing from them on film?
Yeah,
defense, offense, 11 versus 11.
I think more
I'd love to play their defending party.
They lost a couple of the guys, but still overall, I think they play well together. They're guys that still have playmakers and are athletic. They got a veteran and Dan's at safety, so I think overall they're just a team
pass to the left, pass to the right.
Take respect, and they're going to make you. Drive and the whole bend but don't break mentality. So we have to be on point with what we're doing to be successful. So definitely a defense that we respect.
How healthy are you compared to the last time you played?
Yeah, that's another thing. Feel really good, going into this game, especially since we had a quick turnaround last time. Played on Sunday, and then we had to be ready to roll for Thursday night, and obviously I had the whole rib thing going on, so feel a lot better. I'm excited about that, but I was definitely hurting for that game.
How is McCaffrey, just in his role as a decoy, made your job easier? Dragan, think of those big plays where you make a pitch to him or you look at him and the defense swings over to that side of the field. I guess just how is his presence helping things out?
Yeah, he's a guy that can obviously run the ball, get the ball out of the backfield with pitches and things, and then obviously split them out and run a route. So he does all these things that the defense has to scheme up and try to stop. And so when you put all that attention on one guy, obviously it opens up guys like George and Debo and BA. So honestly, I love it as a quarterback, you know, to have a guy that is so well-rounded like Christian, and then even, you know, guys like Debo can do the same thing, right? So,
block.
definitely
Left
lucky
block,
and thankful to
right
have him on
block,
my
to
team,
the
and
left, to the
I just
right.
got to do my job.
And center,
move the
trying to
ball.
go for it.
So,
The tackle sack.
Or something that you have George Kittle on day one, or is that something that you kind of sensed grow with reps with him?
I feel like it's
Twist those
taking some
hips,
time.
twist those hips, twist
When I
those
first
hips.
got in, I sort of had to tell the guys in the Miami game, like, hey, if it breaks down, I could, you know, make something happen off schedule. So that has happened over time. We've talked about it at practice and in meetings, what to do if, you know, the play's not there in rhythm or on time. So that's something that, you know, obviously George does a great job with. If it's not there, you know, he knows it. He has a great sense to find space. And so I like that a lot.
Receivers that, like George, obviously a big, tall guy, but is he good at, you know, from your vision as a quarterback, at making himself be able to be seen downfield?
Yeah, I think he does a great job of creating separation for one, and then his
In the
frame
pocket
that he
drills,
has, obviously,
steps
the
to get
tight end.
avoid a defense, offense.
He's a great mismatch, man, and he's explosive.
4 quarters of football. Each quarter's got
how he
15
runs
minutes.
routes and
That's
stuff,
4 times
you know, he
15
does
to
a
the
great
math.
job of just,
Trying to
like I said,
brain, that's
creating
60
space,
minutes.
and I know where he's going to be. So, I'm like I said, I'm thankful to have George. He's a freak of nature, and just got to continue to have that connection moving forward for this playoff run.
Understanding that this game, you're not trying to make it too big, but as far as lifelong goals, you get drafted, you make the team, you're in this moment. What does this feel like a couple days away from your first playoff start, as far as like a lifelong dream as you try to move forward and get to the championship?
Yeah, I feel like I'll do a lot of reflecting, you know, towards, you know, after the season. Right now, I'm looking at it like, man, we got the Seahawks. Yes, it's a playoffs, but for myself, I got to do my job. I'm not trying to, you know, think about the storybook ending with anything like that. It's, man, I got a great defense I got to play on Sunday. I got to do my job in terms of getting the guys the ball, and all that will fall in place. But definitely thankful for everything that has happened. But, you know, we still have a ways to go. So.
Pocket hit WK on the toes as a ballet, not ballet.
Yeah, same thing. I don't try to get wrapped up in any of that kind of stuff. For me, it's, you know, I gotta win. You know, for as good as the team that we have, I gotta just come in, do my job, and let everything else fall in place. Yeah, almost like how I answered that other question. It's sort of the same thing. I don't want to get wrapped up in all that kind of stuff. It'll happen if it happens. Whoever wins it, great. But, you know, I'm just trying to be where I'm at, be where my feet are at. So.
Do you have the same kind of rapport with your tight end that I was saying?
Faster.
You talking about the off-schedule plays?
Tackle right. Tackle left. Tackle right.
George, I'm just saying, what relationship you have?
Yeah. Charlie Kohler and I for sure.
Let's go, Birdie. 49ers. That. H.
Tight end matched up against a linebacker, safety, and I can give him a shot.
Block.
So,
Block
you know,
left.
Charlie did a great job.
Block right.
Off-schedule plays too.
Block
Scrambling.
left.
He always has his eyes downfield.
Block
He saw
right.
the game.
Block
Like
left.
the quarterback sees
Block
it. So
right.
I think George does the same thing. So definitely similar in a way.
How many different ways have people tried to attack you so far? Like, Miami came out and they just figure they're testing your quarterback.
Go Niners, go Niners, go Niners, go Niners, go Dragons, go Dragons, go Dragons, go Whoopies. Go Whoopies, go
How much
Whoopies,
have
go
you seen so
Whoopies.
far, and how much do you think is still to come?
Yeah, I feel like I'm sort of I see something new almost every week. So obviously there's 6 games of film out there on me. So there's still things that I'm sure coordinators are gonna try to dial up and everything, and try to get me to do something different. But you know, for myself, I just try to stay grounded in what the progression is, what the read is, those kinds of things. But you know, I don't know what coordinators are thinking or how they're going to stop me or what. So, but I feel like I do see, you know, different things every single week. So we'll see.
Really comfortable rolling left, which is unusual for a right-handed quarterback. Why do you think that is?
I'm not really sure. I've asked myself that. I've watched film. I'm like, okay, why? You know, have I done that? You know, for myself, it's like, man, I feel pressure, and I just try to get out however I can if the play's not there. So I feel like the last couple of games, it's just been to the left by chance, but it's not something that I go into the play like, man, this isn't there, I'm going to escape here or there. It's just what's happened so far in the games. So that's what we're about it.
Love it, love it, love it. Please give 10%.
Donner du placement, pour moi, c'est une façon simple de faire ma part.
Hey, faites l'amour à soi. Faites l'amour à soi, faites l'amour à soi. Only spending on necessities. My rent's paid, electricity bill is paid, my internet is paid, triple bill is paid. Fourth dimension got food. Thank you, farmers. Just had some bacon, so on special. And thank you, all those truckers, nurses, doctors, now all those railways, rail trains, freight trains, transporting all the goods across the collective North American civilization, and all those involved in the production and distribution of food, which yours truly, independent athlete, has eaten yesterday and today and will eat tonight. Because food I got, rent's paid, and working out, training, and exercising. The people's athlete, call it a heart for the National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, the Habs, my Habs. Canadians, Montreal Canadiens, please, owners and players, give 10% for food security ASAP, coming month of February. Rihanna, Super Bowl, please get Dragan or Priestess of the Goddess, dance, Dragan there. Work out to give also 10% for food security. Rihanna, please, already made your money, you're already rich. Please let somebody else eat. Please, call it a heart. And of course, I am for prosperity. I'm a pro-labor, universal, revolutionary, centrist, independent athlete. Broke, but my got kisses by the trillions, push-ups by the billions, marching steps by the billions, and good hugs with consent and hygiene. My main message is hug like you never hugged before today. 15 minutes is a quarter of football. 20 minutes is a period of hockey. You can give yourselves a hug. Well, then with consent, and hygiene, where you can get dirty but get back clean. Yeah, rock and roll. From my LGBTQ nation across nations, Rainbow Nation across nation, love you, and Rainbow Athlete, LGBTQ Athlete, Dragan, Rainbow Dragon. For that world peace. Let's see the other interviews. Rock and roll. Defensive interviews, defensive coordinator, defensive. Let's see.
Made of the right stuff and they practice the right way.
Let's talk about how the postseason guys kind of get this second win. Have you noticed that, felt that amongst your players?
We're happy to be here now. You know, it's weird when you clinch so early. That's a little weird. You got to still push through these games, try to advance your seeding as best as possible. And I think everybody is just, okay, we're here now. Now it's time to go. We've been waiting on this moment for a long time. Our guys have worked really hard to put themselves in position to have a chance. And we're here now, and our guys are excited about the opportunity, and they're working the right way. So I'm excited for our guys, excited to see them go play.
Let's go
squad.
How you performed, how they performed.
Our guys responded really well versus the Raiders. We knew that was not representative of who we were defensively. I was very proud of how our guys responded.
Pass to the right. Pass to the left.
Guys did their job. They were playing with great technique, great effort. Guys were swarming, playing defense football, and it was nice to see. Sometimes you get punched in the face and you have to rebound. And our guys, they responded, they came out, and they showed who they were. That's the character of the guys that we have. Again, just
I love defense, love offense, love the game, love hockey.
These guys. So proud.
Dancing is my favorite, love boxing.
This matchup, the last one between
Baseball,
was extremely physical.
don't mind it.
You expect to see the same
Soccer,
matchup
don't mind it,
again
but
on Saturday.
dancing,
This will be a very physical
North
matchup
American football,
with
Gridiron,
DK and Mooney,
hockey,
and
go
just
Habs,
across
go.
the board with their O-line, our defensive line, our linebackers.
Down and up.
It's going to be a physical game. It's playoff football, and that's what it comes down to. Typically, the most physical team, the team who attacks the ball and takes the ball the most, is the team that's going to win this game. So I'm excited to see the matchup again, no matter who lines up across from DK or Lockett, whoever it may be. Guys are responsible. Guys have to do their job and go play to the best of their ability and just try to make plays versus those guys.
From your perspective, what are the pros and cons of facing a team 3 times in the same season?
For me, I look at it as, this is this game this week. I don't look at it as the third time, or I can't look at it as the third time. It's all new. They've done different things, different tendencies from the last time we played them. So all of that really doesn't matter about 3 times. It's about this time. And how are we going to go play this time? It's playoff football. How are we going to go out and play our style of football? What happened before the previous 2 games, it really doesn't affect when we kick the ball off on Saturday. It really doesn't. It has no meaning on what happens on the field. We have to be the best team on Saturday for 3.5 hours. Gino has done a really great job all year. I think for him, it's being consistent, the accuracy. He's really putting the ball where it should be, a very high completion percentage, and then he's making smart decisions with the football. So I think Gino is having an outstanding season. It's good to see a guy, rebound this late in his career and really showcase his talent. Gino has always been a really good quarterback, so it's good to see him.
Hawk on the toes, we go HJWK, Thunder Hawk is east, west, north, south.
Playoffs, he has to be
up and down
pretty proud of
HJWK.
his accomplishment and what he's done this year.
From the in-season acquisitions of defensive tackle with T.Y. McGill, Michael Blumfor, I think he recovered the fumble the other day. Do you have any communication with the personnel department during the season as far as using the characteristics I'm looking for? This is what we need to kind of bridge the gap when there are injuries at a spot like that?
With our personnel department, I think we've done a really good job of just collaboration with our coaches and personnel scouting, not only in season, but it's during the draft process, doing free agency, so everybody is tied together and understand the type of players that we're looking for. So when something comes up in season, those guys already know. It's the same type of guys we look for in free agency and draft. It doesn't change. In season, if we can find a guy who fits our brand of football, we would love to have him.
Obviously, your concentration is on this game, but early in the week when your name, you start getting requests from other teams to interview. How do you process that?
It's very humbling to be able to get requests for head coaching interviews, right? It's humbling to think about a lot of guys who coached before me and a lot of guys who put in a lot of years, like a guy like Bobby Turner comes to mind and all of the years he put in. So I think about guys like that and them not being able to get the opportunity and me, truly being able to go represent for them. And that's what it means. It means a lot for the other guys that have been before me, and it's special to be able to be in a select group, to have head coaching interviews and people requesting. It's a special moment. It's a proud moment, and I'm very thankful and grateful just to be spoken of in that light. And so I'm very, very humble, very grateful for those opportunities.
Defense.
Had an opportunity
Let's go for the
to
sack.
Get multiple interviews, and you said no. I want him to come back. I
12 versus 11 defense. Let's go for the sack.
How do you feel about that decision?
Left, right.
I feel strong about the decision I made, and I feel like it was the correct decision for me and my family at the time.
Left, right.
Last year, in terms of kind of balancing your time, maybe help you're having to do it again this year.
Yeah, I need to hydrate, HYDRAT.
Thankful and happy to be in the playoffs at this time. The interviews and those things, they'll take care of themselves at the right time. The focus is all about Seattle for me. It's all about that, all about what can we do, how can I help our guys be in position to go and win this game on Saturday. That's the focus. The interviews, all those things, right, they'll take care of themselves.
Your individual focus this last year on how you wanted to get better at your job and perhaps prepare yourself better for a head coaching job down the line.
Right. For me, it's just overall, there's a lot of scenarios, a lot of situations that come up throughout the year. Not just looking at it from a defensive perspective, but looking at it from a total team perspective and just being able to sit in and listen to conversations and just really enhance my knowledge, not just on defense, but on overall team. And that's the biggest thing for me, and I feel really good about where I am right now.
Are you taking notes from Kyle and those types of things?
Yeah, always learning. For me, it's been awesome to be here and learn from Kyle. He's been an outstanding head coach, successful, has done it for coaching this league for a very long time, very knowledgeable guy. And I've gained so much knowledge from just sitting, listening to him, studying, seeing how he operates, how he runs the team. There's not a better guy for me to be able to sit under and learn from for the time that I've been here. He's been outstanding.
Go Niners!
One of the things he likes most about you is you push hard, but you know when to back off, or you just have a really good touch with that. Does your approach change at all as the stakes get higher in the season, as far as
10%
how you manage the personalities and how you drive them?
I give 10%, man.
For me, it's like we have a standard, and the standard is what our guys set. I didn't set the standard for our defense.
We'll see, I guess.
Our guys set that standard, and for me, I'm just there to.
Whether they win or what they give.
We're still upholding that standard.
Charity,
their standard was to be the best in the league. And for me, when it's not looking that way and it's not correct, it's up to me to make sure that, hey, who do we say we want it to be? Right? Who are we? And are we playing that way? Is it representative of...
I think the model of Switzerland is, in some things, unity, in all things, charity. I believe I got to double check. In some things, unity, in all things, charity. So I think the model of Switzerland or something in Switzerland is like this. In some things, unity, in all things, charity. First, of course, charity at home, because if I make $1 million, I'm going to give my sister half. If I make $1 billion, I'm going to give my sister half. If I make $1 trillion, I'm going to give my sister half. I get that $333 million with the bout with Fury. Dragan versus Fury. I'm going to give 156 to my sister, regardless of where she goes, on north, east, west, south. Rock and roll, blah, blah, blah.
No, some guys who said well, just that. Maybe not thinking you've gotten soft, right. But, you know.
Let's go for push-ups.
Yeah, I try to, playing, I can be very intense when the time comes forward, and it is, learning. I think it goes back to also learning and understanding the players you're working with and what can they handle, right? So it's, how I talk to one guy is not how I can talk to others. So it's finding that fine balance of when to let up a bit and when to press guys. So there is a balance that I've learned and I've grown to become better at doing that and communicating with players.
One of the hardest parts of being a coach.
It is. The hardest part of being a coach is how do you motivate all these different personalities, different guys, different learning styles in your room. How do you motivate each one? Each one is not motivated by the same thing, so it takes time talking to these guys, learning them off the field to understand what buttons can you push to help guys. And everything I do is about helping these guys be their absolute best, right, on the field and off the field. So it's you have to know them to be able to push them in the right way.
Jordan Willis real quick. Nick Bosa has been so great all year. He gets so much attention and press. It seems like Jordan Willis has been stepping up recently. He's doing well.
Jordan has done
Fox, CCWK, on the toes we go, fly all the way to the satellites. All the way to the satellites we fly all the way to the satellites.
He's going out there and he's
the Rockets east, west.
He's played the run very well. He plays with great effort and he's able to make game-changing plays for us. So Jordan is just being Jordan. He's himself. He goes out. He plays the right way. He's a physical player, and it shows on Sunday.
How does he take play special like he did on Sunday?
That's again, Jordan, he's a guy
on the toes we go, he's going to ballet, not ballet.
And that's the cool part about Jordan. He's going to do whatever it takes to win, and it's nothing cooler than seeing Jordan make a play and everybody on the sideline being fired up for Jordan, that he has the same cool, quiet demeanor about himself, and it's always fun to see him make plays. All right, thank you guys. You guys.
Let's go. Squats for the farmers, because everybody gotta eat. Even Wall Street. All those butchers and those bakers. And those doctors, and squats for those in hot-collar Montreal snow shoveling public workers of the city. City public workers. These squats are for those in those big trucks moving around about la belle province. Bienvenue de chez nous, dans la grotte du Dragon arc-en-ciel. On vous aime avec une guitare ou pas de guitare, avec du vin ou avec une bière. Et ça chante puis ça danse, un petit peu de rock de chez nous. Bienvenue, donne-moi un bisou, avec des câlins. Hey, le voilà le camion. On vous aime dans la grotte. Merci beaucoup pour votre travail, citoyens et citoyennes de la belle province. Avec consentement, donnez-vous un câlin comme jamais avant, après la job, après le travail, comme après cet entraînement, il faut prendre la douche. You're still gonna get hydrated. HYDRAT for hydration. For the hydration, pour l'hydratation. Let's go put some more players. Gonna do some more push-ups. Those push-ups were good. Seems that I'm gonna have to go a third time today. It keeps on snowing, snowstorm on the way. Already went twice. I like the third time later tonight. Once in the morning, I went once in the afternoon, and once afterwards. It seems like I'm gonna have to go again later today. About a few hours after this workout. Dragon workout will come in the later of the Dragon. This is my medicine and therapy of choice. I encourage you all to work out, to train and to exercise. Encourage you all to work out, to train and to exercise. Encourage you all to work out, to train and to exercise. Working out, training and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. Because this body, my philosophy is the body is a temple for pleasure and purpose. And how do we invest in it? By working out, by training, and by exercising. And we drop down, do some more squats to train that booty and that peach. Gonna do some Gridiron North American football drills thereafter. What
Welcome
again?
to the playoffs and just how these past 6 games prepared you for what you're about
Let's
to
go.
face.
On 3 HHH.
Yeah,
Let's go 6 down the middle. 6 to
I'm
the
trying to make
right.
it bigger than
6
what
to
it
the right.
is.
That's 3.
Obviously,
6
there's not a line
times
and
3 is
everything.
18. 18 yards
But
gets the first
I
down.
think, you know, having 6 games under my belt in terms of just playing in an NFL game and trying to win for 4 quarters, you know, has helped me get to this point. And all the guys in the locker room got my back. We've all grown together. So we're ready for what's ahead.
The other day that the weight of the world.
We saw this. Let's go defense. Defense, we got a block to the left, block to the right, block in the center. HHH, we gotta go cover. Try to intercept the ball for the pass. It's defense and it's offense. It's Gridiron North American football, 11 versus 11. It is 15 minutes each quarter, 4 quarters times. 4 times 15, that's an hour of football. Time management, agility, speed, experience, hunger. Or will. Can play.
I like this.
kids on your group? Yeah, well, 3 new kids on your group. How does it change your younger guys, though, having their first one?
You know, I don't know right now. I mean, obviously this week Jake and his wife had a baby, and a great story with that. But it's I don't know. I do think I don't notice anything. You know, I really don't. I really don't see it. And do they mature more? I don't see it. These guys are all pretty hardworking, good guys, and so I don't see much change in the guys. And obviously, we all know that it's a huge change, huge life change to have a baby and all that go with it, and their you know, their commitment to things they need to do. But I think these guys have been good all along with it. So
throughout the game.
Let's go
I
squats.
didn't even know until after the game. So I mean, I'm
HAWK.
sure you guys know the story, but it was, you know, seriously, we found out just he went in early in the morning. His wife went to labor. They went to the hospital, had the baby, and he was back over here dressing for the game, and nobody knew that they'd had a baby. And pretty soon we're like, you know, somebody said, hey, Brenda and his wife, they had a baby. And we're like, well, what are we gonna do for center today? He was like, well, he's in the locker room changing. And so he went, they did it. Luckily, everything went smoothly, and they were able to, you know, she was able to deliver, stayed there for about an hour or so, came over, suited up, and played the game. And I didn't know the whole game. I would have never noticed. And then after the game, I heard the story, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty crazy. And he did a great job.
You have to take into account the fact that it's probably going to pour when you're game.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first thing is we've
HAWK.
had some rain here, obviously, in Northern California lately, so we practiced in it a lot. We had some rain games early. The first Seattle game had some rain, obviously not to the extent that we're going to get probably this weekend. And then obviously the Chicago game, the first game was great until the end. It was fine, you know. You could manage it. Everything was going along pretty smoothly till the end, and it just became an absolute. There was no way you could play, and I don't think we're going to see that. So I just think you just have to practice in it, which we're doing, which is really fortunate. And you just get used to dealing with the wet ball. I was noticing the quarterback center exchanges today were, you know, they were good, knock on wood, and then the guys said they do a good job. It's really good to be able to practice in it. You get to deal with the weather and deal with the elements, the wind, things like that. So it was a good practice day that way.
It doesn't seem like the elements shake Brock Purdy either. Does it seem like he's just still even
Left, right.
Yeah, you know, what they call mudders. You know, they're good in the mud, right? They're you have like running backs, like Raheem Mostert was much more of a, you know, like the fast track, right, things like that, where Jeff Wilson was more of a guy that could sludge it out in the mud, that kind of. I think Brock Purdy, having played at Iowa State, we have to assume he played in bad weather there, and so he's probably gotten used to it through the years. And it is an adjustment. I mean, it definitely is. You play in that weather. I mean, having coached in Tampa and having coached in Miami, you go up in those cold weather games. You're just, no matter how hard you try, it's hard to acclimate in that short period of time. Rain's the same thing, but fortunately we've had enough of it. I think our guys have had a chance.
4 sacks allowed in this game seemed like uncharacteristically struggle of a game for the offensive line. What did you see from the breakdowns there?
Yeah, the breakdown was we had this is not pointing fingers, we didn't execute our plan well enough. You know, we had 2 of the JJ's 2 sacks. We actually had a chance to double team them, and we missed the opportunities. We just didn't quite.
On 3, snap.
And he's a good player.
Snap count, snap.
You know, his last game, gosh, if you're going to say he got us on 2,
on 8, changes the snap word.
Good for him.
It's a snap count, snap word on 3, on 4, snap count.
It wasn't the one-on-one matchups that he won. It was the chances that we had.
Secure the ball to the body, secure the ball to the body.
Don't
stiff arm left.
The quarterback.
Stiff
the other
arm
2
right.
sacks.
Stiff arm right.
I'm trying to think. I know
Stiff
the
arm
one
left.
was just they ran a good stunt on it, and then the other one, Brock scrambled backwards and probably could have thrown the ball away. That one, or didn't need to. So yeah, but you know, those things are always, you know, there's a bunch of games this year where I'll bet you Jimmy and Brock or even Trey the first game avoided some, and then this one you think you've got it locked down, and next thing you know you give up 4 sacks, and it's the ebb and flow of the whole thing. So obviously it's a big point of emphasis this week. You don't want that to start being a factor, because those sacks they take you out of drives, especially first and second down sacks. You got to be sure you can tighten up and make sure. And it was good. It was a good lesson for us to say, let's get this detailed up. When we say this, it means this, and we weren't quite on the details, and we missed those ups.
So you don't want to take your quarterback to take a 17-yard sack. Kyle said he probably knew exactly what happened when he hit the ground and Kyle was in his ear. What is Kyle like in the headset when he's talking to Brock after a play like that?
This is PG here, right? This is a PG-13 audience. Yeah, no, he's Kyle. Obviously, we all get animated on game day. No, he's great. He just he'll always, you know, tell the guy what he should have done. And he's just very straightforward with guys. The one thing about Kyle is very honest with the players and straightforward. And on game day, there's always a little bit of emotion behind it. But man, dude, you got to get rid of the ball. You know, dude, we can't take that kind of sack. That's a lot of field position that we're giving away that possibly could back them up inside the 5 or 10 yard line, and we lose those 17 yards on a sack, and it's really hard to overcome. I think he's pretty good. You know, you guys see Brock's demeanor. He's he's a pretty serious-minded guy, so sometimes you can't really tell what he's thinking. You can't tell if he's mad or if he's happy or what he is. So he seems to take it well. I think he's a pretty tough-minded kid and can handle tough coaching. But, you know, there's a lot, and no matter how tough you are, you're going through a lot every single day at that position. You're learning a lot falls on your shoulders, so sometimes it's hard, but these are lessons he has to learn, and we've talked about before. These are invaluable lessons when you go out on game day and you get to experience these things.
Game playing a lot for Pete Carroll's defense. What's challenging or unique about game planning against him in particular?
Well, they're just very very sound, and they're well coached, so they're going to be where they're supposed to be. And then even when you know where they are and you go block them, you have a good play, you still got to block them. You still gotta break a tackle. You know, guys gotta break a tackle, or you gotta finish them so they don't come off and make a play. I mean, they're well coached, not just in the scheme itself, but in then playing their techniques and fundamentals, and they're very very good at doing it. And they've been through the years. Pete has always his defenses from back. I remember back when he was in New England. I mean, it's always been sound. Came from like he and Monty Kiffin. Came from now the defenses, how they put the defense together has changed through the years as to what they're running, but the base fundamentals of how you stop the run and the gap control and the fits and how they do things has been so consistent through the years. It's a real challenge. You have to be on point with how you block.
We go fly all the way through the sky. HAWK.
It's not just having a guy from. It's how you're going to get them blocked. Because they got some challenging guys with Al Woods back. He wasn't there the first game. They lost 90 in our game, but 97's back. I'm back and playing well. 93, the inside linebacker really lost their leading tackler. Those other two guys are really good special teams, have been good special teams players. They're two inside linebackers now, and they are good in space. They're hard to block. Special teams, right? They're in open areas. They're used to dealing with things. And so you have to get on them and you have to work to finish, or it might look like, oh, there's a play that's going to break out. No, it's 5 yards. It's 4 yards. And then when you get through it, the whole thing is 6 at free safety. That guy makes sure he makes sure that, you know, that nothing gets through. The big run at the end of our last game, 6 was, that's my first time at the podium. 6 was blitzing, and so they had a different guy in the middle of the field. So when 24, our runner broke through, Mace, he was able to make that guy miss. Where if it was 6, I don't know if he would have or not. I hope he would have, and we would have had a big run to ice the game. Either way, it was a first down. But it is that's what that defense is. And so you can imagine, even though the style of defense has changed, imagine back when it was the Legion of whatever they call it, Boom, Doom, whatever they are, Boom. Yeah, they were. Then you have all these great players in every single position, and so they've gone through a little bit of transition. But these guys still play very, very sound. The fundamentals are there. Long answer, but I'm telling you, I have a ton of respect for the defenses that they've run through the years, and it just really makes you lock down and say, guys, I'm telling you, it's not just the normal this block or that block. You better be on your details.
Was Arizona the best so far, kind of attacking Brock up the middle to chase him? Because he's a shorter quarterback, and you want to take away that cleanness in the front of the pocket.
You know, they really did. I mean, that's what they did. It's what happened. But it was more just what
feels so good.
Rushes. It wasn't like they had.
I feel so good
because they weren't doing a lot. It was just that what came free. What
feels so good whenever I work out training exercise.
It happened to be in that area. That it wasn't around the corner. It was up the middle. But it wasn't like by design they were pouring.
Working out, training, and exercising has been is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. I encourage, strongly suggest, courage, and have been and will continue to call for the mass financing thereof via public-private partnership support the initiative. Rainbow Dragons initiative for the mass financing of people to work out, train, and to exercise. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice, as I believe it is for many. So work out, train, exercise, encourage and call for the mass financing via public-private partnership of people to work out, to train, and to exercise. Working out and exercising is, has been, and will be my medicine and therapy of choice. So let's go do some more push-ups for world peace. Feels so good. Let's twist those hips a little bit. Prevent. A back injury. Twist those hips to prevent a back injury.
To wear a guy out. A guy doesn't have to have 28 gears. Now he might because he's got the hot hand that day, but it's nice to have guys to roll through there. And it's a different style. You're gearing up to tackle Elijah, and the next time it's Christian through the hole is not going to attack you the same way as Elijah does. And they all have a different skill set. So it's nice for us to be able to utilize them in different ways and also just in certain parts of the field. There's just a lot that goes into it, but it's nice to have those two guys. Really nice to have them back.
How do those guys work together to sort of counteract the old saying of a running back needs a certain number of carries to kind of get in a rhythm? It seems like you're able to put guys in and they are sharp right from the initial carry that they get. They're not having to feel their way through the game.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah, I think that with our system, and again, Kyle has done such a great job through the years of how we coach the runners. So yes, there's a little bit of a feel, but it is not one game's different than another game. Our run games are run games, how we read it, how we key it, and what we do. Yeah, there might be a feel to how a defense is playing it that day, a little bit, but for the most part, they've seen that at some point during the year because everybody, even though the defensive structure may change, the techniques, how they play it, how they fit the runs, it's kind of consistent, or they've seen it somewhere, right? Miami does it like Chicago, does it like this team, and then there's another group of teams that kind of fit it the same way. So once you've seen it a few times, yeah, the backs may tell you that. I'm not a runner. Hey, I need a rhythm. I need this and that. But at the end of the day, the way we coach them, I think the guy can kind of rotate through and kind of pick right up where they left off.
HHH. To the left, to the right, to the center. Let's go for quarterback drills. Left, right, left, right. Right, left, right, left. And nobody's open, gotta run. Nobody's open, gotta run in order to avoid being sacked. Sack has to be a tackle of the quarterback for a loss. Otherwise, it is a tackle. Football, Gridiron, North American football, it's all it is. 11 versus 11. 11 versus 11. Defense, offense. Let's watch some more interviews. Let's go on the some other players.
My son deserves the finer things in life, like his Old Spice feet.
Let's go for more squats. SQATS, while this publicity, advertisement, ads are playing, is only spending on food, essentials and essentials. Tough economic, financial, commercial times for yours truly, Rainbow Dragon, but grateful, thankful that my rent is paid. Grateful, thankful that my electricity bill is paid. Go Hydro-Québec, go Hydro-Québec, go! Ah oui, Hydro-Québec, on vous aime, merci. Fermé aussi. Let's go.
Yeah, it's so exciting. This whole week I've just been, unbelievably excited to be here. It's a blessing to be able to, be practicing right now. And obviously there's a bunch of meaningful games, one meaningful game ahead of us, and hopefully we'll go out there and win and continue on. With this team, it's always been the same mindset. It's full throttle all the time, unless we're in a walkthrough. But even then, the urgency and the attention to detail and the focus is always there. So for us, it's go out and appreciate every moment. I think everybody here has a sense of gratitude to be here, and knows what's at stake.
Coach, you know, Walker, the team's a little bit extra lively today. Is this a playoff energy?
I think guys are getting after it at practice today. I think they're still talking about it. I think that's what it is. But yeah, everybody's extremely excited.
Remember you saying in some ways being traded didn't sit well with you. Maybe this is some ancient history. Your love for the Pro Bowl, which seemed to upset a lot of people around here. How did you take it?
You know, I've always had a chip on my shoulder. And I always will. You know, couldn't vote for myself, otherwise I would have. But it is what it is. You know, it's not the vote that we want. And, obviously, it would have been a nice nod of respect, but I didn't get it. It is what it is. And I just got to get hard. He's very genuine. He's himself, and I think that matters. You know, he doesn't do anything that's fake. He works his butt off every single day. He's in here early. He's gone late, and he shows up and he does his job in practice. I think too, you know, a sign of a great competitor is how hard he is on himself, and so I have the utmost respect for him. Absolutely. No, he plays with juice. He plays with swagger, and you can see it. And he plays confidently, yet he's calm. And I think that's, you know, he knows he's a rookie, but he also knows that he can play really good football in this league. And I think that's exactly how you would want your rookie quarterback to act, is how he acts.
Right. We gotta go right. Running game.
Yeah,
left, right, switch ball. Left, right. Then go tackle left. Tackle right. Stiff on right.
All the right equipment on, ready to roll.
Do you experiment with like cleat length and things like that to see what?
Maybe a little bit here and there with the gloves and rain gloves or not, but you know, we'll be comfortable by Saturday.
What did you learn about the rivalry with the Seahawks with this franchise after facing them last time?
You know, they play hard. You know, they play hard. They play well together, and it's going to be a 4-quarter game. That's what you expect. So you're never out of the fight with these guys, and so you know, I think for us, it's every team we play is really good. It's the NFL, and they're no different. So it's always going to be about us, though, and execution and the way we go out and operate. Yep. No, I grew up in this business, so I know how tough it is to get here, and I know what it means to be here and what's at stake, and you know, the urgency that's needed to win these kind of games. And so, you know, I was thankful we got to the playoffs that year, and obviously as a rookie, you know, everything's a little bit foggy, but when we lost that game, obviously it was extremely disappointing. I haven't been back since, so it's good to be here.
Christian, it was 3rd and 6 against the Cardinals. Just inside the red zone, you split left and ran like kind of a cover. It was a short route, like an elbow move, 7 yards.
Yep.
Do you, I mean, blue sunshine, but you look like a wide receiver.
Thanks.
What you're trying to do.
That's the goal.
Yeah, exactly.
You're out there.
Does your dad ever give you critiques and like, yes, you do look like a wide receiver?
No, that's not a critique. He has given me critiques, yes, my whole life. No, but I think growing up with not just my dad but my older brother being receivers too, I always wanted to be, you know, the most complete back that I could, and part of that was being able to line up in those positions and run routes. And I had, in my opinion, the best teacher right in my house. You know, my dad was a technician when it comes to route running. So, you know, ever since I can remember, you know, I've heard a lot of details when it comes to route running and how many steps you're taking and when you're taking them and the correct depths and the correct timing. So that's kind of been flooded in my brain since I can remember.
Have you ever actually played a wide receiver? You've always been strictly running back?
Always a running back, yeah.
Is that what you sort of admire the most about your dad's game? Is the precision that he has?
I think when I go watch his highlights, and I've watched him a bunch, and used to watch him growing up, it's really his toughness. You know, he was going in there blocking DNs, he's blocking linebackers. He did everything that they asked him to do. And, you know, he's obviously, you know, 6'5" and 220 and ran 4.3 and was extremely athletic. But you know, I thought when you hear people talk about him, when you hear, you know, the things that his old coaches have to say about him and his old teammates, I think as a son, that's what makes me, you know, happy. That you know, it's pretty cool to know that he did not just the catches and the big plays down the field, but he was a great football player.
During his combine in '91, which is about what you are.
I'm like probably 207, 208. Yeah. Yeah, he played. I think his best years he was 218 to 222.
Pros use the offense that you're installing. A lot of the plays are similar. You're obviously going to put some new wrinkles and stuff in, but you're used to the plays. There's not a whole bunch of new stuff. Con.
Let's do some more push-ups while watching these advertisements. Feels so good. Yeah. Welcome to the lair of the dragon. Rainbow Dragon goes overtime every time. The people's athlete, independent fitness captain. Lost more than 77 pounds. Standing at 93-point-something kilos, about 207 to 210 pounds.
A little bit different. We're going to be at home this time. Definitely on more of a heater. Definitely more healthy than we were last year. But I mean, just excited, honestly, for an opportunity. Don't really care who it is. I think we're just playing at a higher level, really. Whether it's offense, defense. I mean, our defense is #1 the whole entire season. That helps a lot. We're plus 13 in the turnover battle, which is really the only important thing in football. So that was big for us. And then, you know, I think our offense is just making plays, whether it's running backs, fullbacks, tight ends, wide receivers. I think our offense is just making plays all over the field. And Levi Stadium.
Let's go hard.
I mean, no, I couldn't tell you. No,
HWK, Anna tells me he goes about it.
I think he just likes me because I went to Iowa. And
all the way we fly to the satellites. All the way we fly to the satellites.
He compared me to him. That's awesome. Thanks.
To the satellites. Hot.
I'm kidding.
I'm wondering if you, when Brock came in, trying to get on the same page, if you figured all this stuff to see how it's going to
No, not at all. No, I've definitely seen his highlights. No, I did not watch any of his college tape. I think college football and NFL football are two completely different sports. Just the level of talent, honestly. Two completely different things. But I know Brock is
entire. Let's go to number 85.
Squad.
Niners for that pass, long pass, short, medium, long. We got short, medium, long. We got short, medium, long. Short range, medium range, long range.
As long as Brock was comfortable back there and he was delivering, wasn't
defense,
nervous,
offense.
I knew the Niners would be just fine, and that's what he's done.
How have you seen this game evolve or kind of change over the last 6 games, or has it not?
I think he's just more confident in himself. But I think he's been confident the entire time. He stepped up against Miami, against cover 0 in the face, like five, 6 times. He delivered. They had a full week of game planning going into, what was that, I think Seattle, or 2 days of game planning going to Seattle. He did just fine there. So I think he's gotten better, but he's still the same Brock. I mean, he goes out there, knows what he's doing, he's confident in himself, he's delivering, he gets us in the right checks. And he's just having fun out there, which you can really feel.
When this winter go home, does the energy feel different out there, or is it the same as every other game?
I think it's yes and no. I think Niners, we've been playing kind of last year, every game was winter go home, like the last 8 games, it felt like. And so we were kind of used to that. And then this year, it's just, I think we've done a really good job just being completely focused on that one team, that we're going against. And I'm not going to say that everything's changed because it's the playoffs, but you can kind of feel there's another sense of there's another level there. And the guys are dialed in. We had fun today out in the rain and the cold, and I think we expect to have fun again this Saturday.
Did you see your grandma come?
No, sadly, she had to leave today. It was sad, but it was great seeing her hanging out. She had a fantastic time. She loved Levi Stadium. She got to take one of the touchdown balls home, so she had a fantastic time.
Has she given you any secrets to longevity?
Let's see. She said how to have a bunch of kids, and that's because she does have 10 daughters. So yeah.
How did it happen that was her first time out here?
I mean, it's kind of hard to travel, I think, when you're over the age of 90. She was actually 94 when I first started, so it wasn't really that easy. I don't think she's been on an airplane since she was like in her 80s. So getting her out here is a little difficult, especially when you're 100 years old. COVID's a big thing for her, so we're trying to keep it as safe as possible. I got to convince her. I think my sister got engaged too, so that was part. We convinced her that you to go to a football game.
Hockey AWK on the toes we go. It's a ballerina ballet. We fly high all the way to the satellites. Give me for that NORAD Dragan 07. And your hockey it's east, west, north, south.
You've been surprised, but just him as a decoy, the way he's influenced defenses and also things up for you and others. Have you been struck by that throughout the season?
I mean, I fully expected that as soon as we got Christian. I mean, he's a guy, you leave him one-on-one with a linebacker, good luck. I mean, he's going to tear you apart, so you got to put two guys on him, and then if you pressure it all, you're bringing five, your lurker's going to go look at Christian McCaffrey, then every other guy on the field has a one-on-one, and all right, well, then that's Debo, Brandon Ayuk, me, Kyle Juszczyk. I mean, those are a lot of one-on-ones. I'm going to take my guys over anybody else on. And so, and if you double anyone else, hey, good luck on Christian McCaffrey. So it's just, it's what we expected, and he's only exceeded all of our expectations. But I mean, at the same time, we got a guy who's all pro in two positions in 1 year. So like, we kind of knew what we were getting. And so he's just playing ball and being a fantastic football player. Should be Pro Bowl too, by the way.
Rumors kind of first started that he was available. Did you think there was ever a chance you would be available?
I did in 2019, man. I had spoken into existence. Been friends with Christian since then. Always wanted him over here. I mean, definitely when there was like a rumor, hey, Christian's available, I was like, wouldn't that be sick? And it's definitely sick. We're thoroughly enjoying it.
Where were you and how did you get the news that he had happened?
I was literally playing video games, and one of my buddies goes, hey, do you see Twitter? You guys just got Christian McCaffrey. And I said, shut the front door. I called him immediately. And he was like,
give 10%, give 10%, give 10%.
Man, we're going to have a good time.
Full security. Before you win and after you win. Make it 20.
So you just cut the line? No.
So anyhow,
$20.
25. So anyhow,
quick maths.
That total work, right? He just talked about how grateful he is to be in the playoffs because he's only been in his rookie year, one and done his rookie year. Do you get that sense of appreciation from him as he talked about the playoffs and just his goals here?
Yeah, mildly, he brought it up. He's excited to be back in the playoffs, especially when you have the number one defense in the NFL. Like, it's a little bit more exciting because because we've had games that our defense has carried us through, and then our offense has really started clicking. So when you have that dynamic, especially with Christian McCaffrey in the mix, I mean, it's a pretty explosive offense and defense, and our special team's been at a high level too. So we're very excited going into the playoffs. We like our chances. We love our chances, and I know Christian's excited about it too. And also, I mean, when you get snubbed from the Pro Bowl, this is when you're the best running back in the NFC at least. I mean, I know he definitely has a little extra anger and passion. I'm not gonna say that he was lacking that at all, but there's a little extra motivation behind that, and I hope Christian plays the rest of the season pissed off because he's been pissed off the last 4 weeks, and all he's done is dominate. Thanks, guys.
Old Spice Sweat Defense Dry Spray, you get ridiculously long-lasting freshness that feels clean and goes undry.
Meet for 3 small spaces. The most convenient solution to lingering odors in any small space. No batteries and no efforts needed. With one firm put.
It's been suggested that the star of the 49ers offense isn't the quarterback or the running back or the wide receiver. The star.
Let's go HHH for the pass. Do a long pass. 20 yards. Gotta go in the huddle. Snap word is H. Snap count 3 on 3. HHH. Gotta go work. Nobody's there. Gotta take some steps. Otherwise, one risks getting sacked. Is S-A-C-K. A sack has to be a tackle of the quarterback. If I'm playing defense, linebacker gonna try to go for the sack. On 3. We're gonna try to, and we're gonna go try to go in and out and get D. For the tackle, or we're gonna try to block in the center, block in the right, block in the left. It's 11 versus 11. Dragan welcoming the rainbow layer of the Dragan. We worship with push-ups, hogs, squats, marching steps. We go for the left, for the right, and for the right, and for the left. And we go to the left, to the right, to the left. Yeah. And we get ready for more squats. SQATS in 10. Get ready, we're gonna drop low. But we're gonna put some interview. The coach of the San Francisco 49ers. Roamed there in the past life. San Francisco was my city.
Injury for the game.
In this life, of course, San Francisco is my second favorite city in North America after hockey, HAWK, Montreal, aka Montreal, aka HAWK, Hawk Island, Montreal, in North America, Canada, Quebec. La Belle Province. Have a snowstorm now. Now we're gonna do some squats. These squats are dedicated, part of this workout is dedicated to those involved in the snow removal operations to clear the roads of snow. Go snow removal operations, go the people's athlete, the people's Dragan, cheering for you all in those big trucks, in those small trucks. Careful, double safety for pedestrians, please. Careful pedestrians, for pedestrians, those driving, careful in these conditions. For the security of the pedestrians, careful in the conditions, because it is icy, snowy, and there's the increased risk because it's still snowing. It's supposed to still snow maybe overnight. It's ongoing for a few hours. So thank you to the snow removal operations clearing the roads so that we citizens drive safer. I only drive steel-toe boots at the moment in public transit, so I do not own a car. My car at the moment is steel-toe boots and nice winter boots with rainbow laces given by my anonymous sister, whom if I make a million, I'm gonna give her half. If I make a billion, I'm gonna give her half. Make a trillion, I'm gonna give her half. Anonymous. Where she goes east, west, north, south. Hydrate, rock and roll, HYDRATE. Hydration is super important. Hydration is super important. And let's rock and roll with some coach of the 49ers. Go Empire Rebirth time. 13-4 season. 13-4 season. 13-4 season for the ball. Give 10%. Please call it a heart. For all athletes and owners of the sports leagues, the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB. Please, in this stuff. Economic, financial, commercial times for many North Americans, myself included, please finance food security and for the playoffs and for the games. Give please at the last minute, call it a heart by this independent athlete, independent fitness captain, the people's athlete, to please give the farmers, because they're involved mainly in food production, give them some tickets for the playoffs. All the NFL teams which are going to play last minute, but for the next, tomorrow's the game, so it's Friday for not next, for the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the Super Bowl. Give 10% for the farmers, that's why. Call it hard, if not to do it for the future, please call it a heart. There's a good practice for the collective North American civilization, for the complex of North American civilization, and support the mass financing of people to work out, train, exercise by the creation of the public-private partnership, the PPP, North American Dragan Army of Security and Service, that I'm calling all willing, loving to support in any way, shape, capacity, shape, or form. For LOVE, for love, encourage all to work out, train, exercise. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. And let's rock and roll.
That Tropicana feeling.
I'm not gonna leave this commercial. Let's do some push-ups while the commercials play. That felt good. Yeah.
Injury for the game. Jimmy Garoppolo out. Ambry Thomas out. That's all we got. Go ahead.
You look pretty good about the state of the team going into this with that injury report.
Definitely. Yeah, we know who's playing. And we've got a number of guys back that we haven't had, so excited about it.
How did Greenlaw and Banks get through the week? Will there be any limitations on either of those?
Nope, full go. We had good practice yesterday. The other two have been walkthroughs, but they look good yesterday.
When you look at the forecast for Saturday, heavy rain, high winds, do you have like a contingency plan, a plan B, game plan? If it's really bad, we go to this. How do you handle it?
We got everything in the game plan for it to go anyway. Not just because of weather, but whether you're struggling in any aspect too. So you always got that planned, and we know it's a big possibility. We'll see how it affects both sides, and we'll adjust accordingly.
You guys are obviously Smith favorites. There's a school of thought that like bad weather.
Hawk HAWK, on the toes we go. Fly high as a ballerina at ballet.
Yeah, I always think bad weather slows the game down and equalizes stuff. But I mean, when it's one game, 3.5 hours in the playoffs, I look at all games as equal. I mean, I know we're favored, stuff like that. I know what people say, but this is the NFL and this is the playoffs. And last time we played them came down to the last possession.
You was with the quarterback in a wet situation. Obviously, you had a very rainy practice. How does Purdy look like he operates?
He did a good job. I did group install with the defense before, and he definitely did a lot better than me. I couldn't function at all. So it's definitely cool to watch him after, which it should be that way. But no, I think he's got some familiarity with it, just being where he played college football, and I had good practice yesterday.
Been in games in some pretty severe weather this season kind of help a little bit because everybody kind of knows what to expect?
Yeah, I think it's good for guys to know what to expect, because some guys who aren't in it and they get surprised by it. If you're not ready for something mentally, and no one likes sitting in rain or like sitting up at Air Force when it was like 10 degrees. If you're not mentally prepared for that, it'll really mess you up. So
Squats and straight here. Squats.
Guys will be prepared for it, and they'll make sure it doesn't affect them going into it.
As far as D'Amico and his head coaching prospects, have you noticed him either, asking you questions about being a head coach, or, asking your opinions on things that are, suggesting that he's thinking about that as a possibility?
Yes, but not more than usual. Lots of coaches are like that, and especially someone like D'Amico. But, I mean, we talk every day about football, usually, about lots of stuff, but we're always asking each other stuff and going back and forth with things, and not just him to me, but me to him too. So D'Amico's the same as he's always been.
Question, and obviously you've had a lot of experience watching your dad, but was there anything that surprised you or was difficult about going from coordinator to head coach?
I mean, stuff you always get told, so you think you know, but then you actually feel it, and it is different. So it's more lonely. It's not I don't mean it like that way. I'm not soft like that, but you're more a loner. I mean, usually when you're position coach, it's much easier to be tight with your players that you see every day in your little room. When you're a coordinator, it gets harder, but you're always with the offense and you're around coaches a lot more. But once you get the head coach, then someone's being real cool to you, then everyone's telling them they're kissing up, and so you end up just sitting there a lot, and no one wants to sit by you.
Mock Super Bowl. Mock
things
ball.
like that kind of get a little bit different, but everyone tells you won't have as much time as a head coach, do your same routine, you don't believe it. You're like, no, I'll be all right. And you get into it and you realize everyone's right. There is other stuff that comes up that you didn't think about, just a lot more people that you have to talk to. And that does take time. So you got to rearrange how you do things and how you delegate. But that's all part of the process. And the main thing is before you get that job, you really understand football, X's and O's, you understand players, and you understand the importance of how everyone works together.
That long Falcons run before you got this job. Was it pretty easy for you at that time to kind of wall off the job versus, hearing about other teams or interviewing with other teams?
It was real easy for me. You never know until you get to it. We were very fortunate because we got a bye week. So just to have a whole week off where, you practice for a couple days, but the whole building gets about 3 days off just to get away for a little bit. And so I was able to schedule the interviews I had for the 2 days that we were off, so I could totally just focus on interviews for 2 days. And the only thing that I was frustrated with is that I really wanted to just relax and sleep and catch up at that time of the year. But it was a huge moment to go do those interviews and everything. And once those 2 days were over, that was a Friday and Saturday, and Sunday morning we were starting our preparation for Seattle that week. We played them in the divisional round, and it was over. And then everything else was phone calls, which would happen here and there, not very much. And it got a little bit more towards the end. You got to have an idea of the staff and stuff if you're taking a job. But when it gets to the end, it's different because the end is the Super Bowl, and it's really easy to only think about that and not what's after that. So we'll see.
How do you feel about Christian McCaffrey?
Let's go push-ups.
As a player of the month, and Brock Purdy, the rookie player of the month?
I thought it was real cool for both of them. I think definitely well deserved. It's blown my mind all year that Christian wasn't an All-Pro or first Pro Bowler. So at least he got recognized for Player of the Month. But he's been unbelievable for us, and I think he's been a lot more than just Player of the Month.
They're very similar in how serious they take their job in the country, and they're kind of the two peas in a pod.
Was it Brock and Christian? Yeah, they are similar in that. We got a lot of guys who fall into that category. But yes, they're both obsessed with detail of everything. There's if they're not with us doing it, they're doing something else. But they're guys who think about football all the time, and it's not what have I done? It's what can I do going forward, and how can I do better.
Yesterday, the Christian made a
It change. False start happens sometimes.
Play even better. Have you seen that?
I mean, I think he's gotten better and better each week for us. I thought his best week was last week, and not just by stats and results or anything, but just watching some of the things he's done, things he's improved at, and he came here doing pretty damn good also. So he's done that throughout.
On the toes, goes a ballet, not ballet.
Regardless,
life.
Helps with some motivation to him too.
I took time out when Christian first got here to help him with the playbook and go through stuff. Did you see that happening? I mean, it sounded like Brock just did it on his own.
Yeah, I didn't see it. That's the stuff they do away from us, and that doesn't surprise me at all, though.
On the toes, we fly high.
It helped Christian to come to a culture like you guys already have established to be traded into this. You think it was a self-motivation, hey, or player accountability, or just kind of changing environments and being as successful as he's been?
I mean, watching him on tape, I know his family, but I never really knew Christian. I mean, I knew him I saw him when he was a young kid, so I knew his mom and dad, and so you think you have an idea, but you don't totally know. And we watched him on tape a lot, and I remember watching him on tape versus the Rams the week before he played us, and I'm like, this guy's style fits right in with us. I remember when we played the Rams a couple weeks after we got him, I remember showing the team some highlights from that game, and I showed him Christian, and see how he fits in, and the whole team could see it. And once he got here, just his work ethic, his personality, how important football is to him, his style of play. The players had a lot of respect for him before he got here because what he's done, but the way he's handled himself just as a person, what he does in practice every day, and what he's done on the field on Sunday, he's fit in great with everybody.
There's a 3 and 6 play near in the red zone, and he ran like a short double move route or something like that. It looked like I know this is the idea for him, but it looked like a wide receiver. I mean, is that the fact that teams have to probably put a cornerback when he splits out, or sometimes one would be a safety or something? I mean, is that an advantage he brings?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, that's That's what the advantage is for Debo when he's in the backfield too, because it's hard to put corners in there and play man coverage. So it's usually linebackers and safeties that go against running backs and tight ends, and it's hard to get enough corners on the field to guard 3 receivers and a tight end and a running back and still ever defend the run. That was playing for a linebacker, which he got the first time we played them. They moved a safety out on him that time, which makes it a little bit harder, but ran a hell of a route and then stepped back to the ball like a wideout would, and it was a huge third down for us. All right, guys. Good weekend.
Welcome to the Lair of the Dragon. We're going to work out, trying to wrap up this exercise special. General Warrior Integrated Total Body Training System, the Dragan Special Rainbow Dragon Workout Training Program. We're going to do some more squats. And this has been continued. We're going to wrap up in about 10 or so minutes. Encourage all to work out, to train, and to exercise.
With Old Spice Sweat Defense Dry Spray.
Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. And we're going to wrap up with watching Purdy's first game. Week 13, number 13 is Friday 13. Triple that 13 today, lucky for yours truly. So see, there it is versus the Dolphins. Highlights is defense and it's offense. And we're gonna go simulation. Just gonna do some more push-ups, and then we're gonna finish wrap up with Dragan Special Gridiron drills, North American football drills. Ah, that felt so good. Ah. That felt so good. Hydrate, HYDRAD. Ready? Defense, offense. 11 versus 11. It's Gridiron, North American football. It's all there is. 11 versus 11. Special Dragan Gridiron drills. Snap word is H. Snap counts might vary at different plays, different downs. Might be 3 on 4, even on 5, even on 1. H. On that snap count, defense, offense, passing, tackling, sack, sack, sack. Miami Dolphins versus San Francisco 49ers versus the Fins. The Miami Dolphins versus San Francisco Niners.
We buy, we donate.
Only spending on necessity. Let's go on 3. H. We go to the pass. 6 down the middle. 6 to the right. 6 down the right. Right, left, and center. 6 plus 6 plus 6. 6 plus 6 is 12 plus another 6. That's 18. 18 gives you another touch. For another drive, getting in by yard. And now we're going to run. And we're going to need to secure the ball and then drive the ball. We need to secure the ball, run the ball, secure the ball. To the chest, to the core, to the area, whatever it is. Let's go.
This explosive offense gets things going. with a quick throw down the seam, and it's Trent Sherfield. A big play on the first one. Home run. Play one. 2 the house. What a start for the Dolphins. '75-yard lightning strike from Trent Sherfield.
There's Trent Sherfield right there. He's going to just drift
Try
up
to
into
block.
the star spot.
Left,
the rotation
block
right
right,
here to Sean
block
Gibson.
left,
The poor
block
angle
right,
gets caught flat-footed
block
as the
left,
opposite safety,
block
and
left,
now it's just a foot
block.
race to the end
Defense,
zone.
defend the quarterback.
Against 49ers,
Defend the quarterback. Defend the quarterback. Try to intercept.
75-yard.
The danger of this offense. It's very different. It's not big throws down the field. You just look at that. That's less than 10 yards down the field. And that was going to be the big challenge today. You know, how is Mike McDaniel going to adjust with both of these starting tackles out and that great defensive line of San Francisco?
And here's that look from the Dolphins. You know, they put 10 guys up near the line of scrimmage. They back off mostly. Garoppolo on the move. Has Ayuk for a first down. Brandon Ayuk. He takes a lot of pride in having the identity and the plan B, whatever the game calls for. Garoppolo climbs the pocket and has McCaffrey. Defender foul. Niners took advantage. Devon Holland pushes him out after 33. Look like down to 2. They get it off. Garoppolo in trouble, and he is sacked. That sends it back to a 47-yarder for Robbie Gould.
Sack!
Pokes it through.
And not do a whole lot of wholesale change.
3rd and 6, just a 4-man
sack.
rush to give him time. Sherfield off a tip ball incomplete.
For the sack.
One of those looks are to everybody at the line of scrimmage. Purdy given time, and he completes it to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's a running back you're trying to track down. Sanded the motion man. Into the game comes Jordan Mason. He's got a big hole. So fast into downs from the 15. Back to McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey. Play clock again. Down to 2. They get it off. Purdy looks to throw. Use check. Touchdown, San Francisco. Niners take the lead and Brock Purdy off of the
Park HAWK all the way to the satellites.
49ers show pressure, then back off. Tagovailoa has Waddle, but he throws low and it's incomplete. Niners quickly on the ball. Oh, there he is. Blown up by Christian Wilkins. There's a guy right there making an impact. A tackle for a loss. And it's 4th down. 2nd and 10. They look to throw it again. First read taken away. This one he threads through there on a dime for Durham Smythe. 5-game winning streak, but he called this a litmus test for his group. Another quick throw behind Tyreek Hill, but the NFL's leading receiver makes the adjustment. 2nd down and 10. Tagovailoa. Down the seam has Tyreek Hill. Second catch of the drive for Hill. Mike McDaniel's first year. Quickly gets rid of it to Ingold, who climbs the ladder over. Tagovailoa looks to throw. No chance. He's sacked by Bosa. So field goal from Jason Sanders from 43. Looking to tie the game, and Sanders will. 3rd down and 10. Niners bring pressure. Tagovailoa for Craycraft and incomplete. Went there and transformed that program. Beat the odds by making the team, and now finding himself in the starting role. Or in the driver's seat at least with Garoppolo leaving. That's a big carry again for Jordan Mason.
And he is the guy that this offense wanted to hang their hat on as the running back.
Purdy got ahead of the backfield and dropped. Flags down as Andrew Van Ginkel got there along with Zach Sealer. 4th down and 4. Here comes the blitz. Purdy steps into it. Ayuk goes out. Howard comes up with a pick. First one of the year for Xavier Howard.
We got one-on-one on the outside. And it's really good coverage by Xavier Howard. Trying to get that back shoulder, but not quite back far enough. Really well played. Watch McCaffrey. He's going to check everything that he's going to release. If he could have held it a second, look at that. You're just going to do a little check down to Christian McCaffrey, and he has got a lot of green grass in front of him. But Brock Purdy had already gone down the field to Brandon Ayuk.
And he had that pressure closing out, and this is what the Dolphins do. This is what they're known for defensively. First down at 10 at the 19-yard line. Dolphins offense so good this season, struggling to get going today. Tua looking up top, finds a window for River Craycraft. Out of the timeout, 3rd and 8. 49ers twist up front, and gets it time to by law. Bosa again. Snap floats back there, kind of threw off the timing of the play. Deebo Samuel makes something out of nothing. A lot of times you see a flag fly in that situation. You figure it's going to be on the defense, but they leave a man downfield. So 2nd and 8, Purdy finds McCaffrey. You saw it late today in New York. Giants and Commanders, some big decisions for those head coaches, and what ended a tie. Got rid of this one as he was hit and found Kittle.
I don't know if that's impacting Tua. That's the one weird thing. Tua Tagovailoa has just not been accurate today.
Jennings has his first catch, coming off his best game. Jawan Jennings crunched from behind by Wilkins. Ball came out, but it was out of bounds. Pieces moving all over the place for the Dolphins pre-snap. How many did they bring here? It's a screen. McCaffrey trying to dash it. Christian McCaffrey makes the 1st and goal. So here we go on 3rd down and goal in a 10-10 game.
JJJ!
Niners. Purdy underneath for the touchdown. It's McCaffrey. 2nd touchdown throw off of the bench for Purdy. Niners back in front. The 2nd half begins.
It's called the RDX, but it answers to Alexa.
That looks good. Food, yes. I'm willing to spend money for food because food is essential. Coast to coast. Let's go.
The 2nd half begins with him under pressure. He evaded Abercom. Goes to the sideline, and he's got Tyreek Hill. Tagovailoa. Diving pick. Jimmy Ward. Superman dive and an interception. First interception thrown by Tagovailoa.
Hi, KJWJ, on the doors of the ballerina at ballet. We fly high. Number 13, buddy. Give 10%, give 10%, give 10%.
Get the takeaway on the slant. It's Ayuk. 3rd down and 1. Out of the gun. Purdy looking to throw. Given time. Coverage downfield tight. Keeps it alive. Roughs one up for Samuel.
Because we've got to be able to reestablish the line of scrimmage downfield.
Coming after him on 3rd down. At the back door goes Purdy. He's got McCaffrey. Met right away by Holland. It's a sneak and it's going nowhere. 2nd effort gets it. Coming in handy for Purdy to keep the drive going. Pressure coming again. End around Deebo Samuel. Oh, stays.
Be able to reestablish the line of scrimmage downfield.
Coming after him on 3rd down. At the back door goes Purdy. He's got McCaffrey. Met right away by Holland. It's a sneak and it's going nowhere. 2nd effort gets it. Coming in handy for. Back door goes Purdy. He's got McCaffrey. Met right away by Holland. It's a sneak and it's going nowhere. 2nd effort gets it. Coming in handy for Purdy to keep the drive going. Pressure coming again. End around Deebo Samuel. Oh, stays alive. That's the most amazing loss of 5 ever. 43. And makes it a 2-score game. Roll him on the first play of this drive. And one gets intercepted. Just a bad throw behind a wide open Hill. And Diamador Lenore has the interception. Purdy scans the field, checks it down. McCaffrey gets another. And it's a 13-point lead for the Niners. Final minute of this third quarter, second down and 3. Fake to Wilson, quick throw again, and it's Jalen Waddle, his first catch of the game. First down and 15 as the fourth begins. He's given time, steps into the throw, and he's got a first down. Tyreek Hill across midfield. Empty it out on 1st and 10. Again, well protected. Here's a deep ball. Wants Hill. Perfectly dropped in. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Hawk, HAWK on the toes. We go hot. Through the satellites.
And it's a one-score game early in the fourth. Purdy looks to throw for it. Over the middle, he's got Samuel. First down, San Francisco. Zipped it through there, and Samuel able to convert it. Dolphins show pressure, then back off. Rushing just 4, still get home. Throws incomplete. Jennings had broken free. To tight end in the backfield with Tagovailoa. Tua has a first down. Trent Sherfield. But the call's been overturned. This is an incomplete pass, and so it's 4th and 1. And the bigger news is that the offense is still on the field, Daryl.
Yeah. Are you going to try and draw them offside?
They do snap it. Tagovailoa throws and gets a first down. Tyreek Hill, never a doubt. Wow. They trailed this game 23-10, within 6. Back in the hands of Tyreek Hill. Rule-defying, principle-defying player, Tyreek Hill is the motion man here. And straight ahead comes Raheem Mostert. Mostert's inside the 45 with a first down. Tagovailoa whips one to the sideline. It is caught for a first down. Mike Gesicki's first catch of the day is a massive one.
That personnel. And you're putting a lot of trust and a lot of faith in a guy who's not been involved with the game plan. And I agree with Dean Blandino. That was never even possessed.
They seem emphatic that it should have been a catch, and I just don't get that.
Gotten into this fourth quarter and gotten back to it. He's going to be pleased with that.
Brock Purdy to throw. Deebo Samuel, healthy dose in the second half. Samuel so strong. Play action. Purdy has Kittle. First down, San Francisco, beating Jerome Baker by just enough.
You have to stop us because we're running the ball the rest of the game.
J.C. Wilkins is back in for Miami up front. Here's Samuel getting the seam. Close to a first down. Out of the timeout from the 41. McCaffrey cuts it back. Into the clear. Christian McCaffrey inside the 15. Down to the 11. 30-yard run. Lamar Jackson gets injured. Baltimore, though, comes from behind to beat Denver. Purdy in trouble. And it's going to come down by Bradley Chubb, but careful with that ball. And a little loose with that thing. They also figured to keep it on the ground, keep that clock going. It is McCaffrey. And he gets only 2. John Jenkins stops. Robbie Gould. Doesn't matter. Automatic. One of his best games as a 49er. Down 9 with 2 to go. Tagovailoa hit as he throws. Ball is out. Ball is live. And it is a touchdown for Dre Greenlaw. We will see. No doubt this is going to get looked at.
And that's what Nick Bosa is for the Niners. You get your initial push inside, force him to climb, but he is so relentless. You can see him get that ball punched out before the hand comes forward. You go back and you watch. It's on the cusp of field goal range. It's a Nick Bosa sack that takes him out of field goal range. It's a critical third down. It's a tackle for a loss by Nick Bosa.
Skylar Thompson replaces Tua Tagovailoa in a 16-point game with a minute 53. He'll load up and throw an interception. Right in the arms of Fred Warner. Now Warner has his eyes set downfield. He's tackled by Durham Smythe. 49ers, meanwhile, you cross your fingers about Jimmy Garoppolo. You're very encouraged. You got to be about Brock Purdy, but boy, this starts a stretch of 4 straight games against playoff contender.
This has been another great exercise. Already feel so much better. It's joy, joy, joy. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. As I believe it is for many. Encourage all to work out, to train, and to exercise, and to work out, train, and exercise. Working out, training, and exercising has been, is, and will continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice. Have been, and will continue to call for the mass financing thereof by a public-private partnership across North America. PPP. Public-private partnership. Love this actor. So I'm moving out. I'll play for a movie. Check his packet for world peace. Dragon kisses. Spanky spank. For world peace with consent and hygiene. LOV tonight. Go jump that shower, shower. With consent, gives yourselves a hug. Tonight, with consent, gives yourselves a big hug like you never hugged before. Is the main message. With consent, give yourselves a hug like you never hugged before. A period of hockey, 15 minutes, or 15 minutes. It's 20 minutes hockey. Correction. Gridiron football, which I've just watched, it quarters, 15 minutes. Hockey's 20. Gonna put it. Facebook Live, rock and roll.